Hi everyone. I'm just kind of relaxing right now. Thought to answer a question in regards to Myo-inositol, mixing it with Metformin. Now that question is a bit complex to answer. There's no right or wrong answer, and I'll explain. Metformin is a pharmaceutical drug that you take if you have, let's say, diabetes or are borderline diabetic, or you have insulin resistant issues. You may be prescribed or you may have asked yourself for metformin. So what that does is it stabilizes your blood sugars through the day, hence your insulin levels through the day. Now, myo-inositol, or inositol as it's sold by the Now product line, does the same thing. It's a powder, or it could be taken in capsules. I recommend the powder. So it's a powder. I'm just going to speak about the powder. And you mix it into water, or you sprinkle it on your food, and you have it. Now, the question that's asked is, can you take both together? I'm not a healthcare practitioner, nor am I a naturopath, but this is my personal opinion. However, before I even say anything, make sure you do your own research and be comfortable with your own decisions. So if you need to get a second opinion from your health practitioner or a naturopath, that's entirely up to you. Okay, and I do recommend that. Okay, so for me, in my opinion, my first answer is this. There's no reason for you to take both to begin with because they're both serving the same function. The only time it would make sense to take both is if you're weaning off of metformin. Let's say you're scared that your insulin balance is not being sustained through your diet and you need your metformin and or inositol, then yes, it makes sense. So as you wean off the metformin and you introduce your myo-inositol, you may go full dosages and then wean off the metformin as you continue with the myo-inositol with its whole dosage. So you wean off it, and then you can then stick to the myo-inositol and see how that goes for you. It makes no sense if you're trying to take metformin and myo-inositol together, just because. That doesn't make sense because they're again serving the same function. Now the difference: metformin is a pharmaceutical drug. It's going to have some strengths that myo-inositol will not have, which means perhaps for your body, because again, you have to adjust the dosage according to your body and your body size and so forth. It may not have the same, let's say, sustainability in the beginning with myo-inositol as it does with metformin. That also being said, if you have been prescribed metformin by your physician, consult with them. In the cases where, let's say, you're just on your borderline, which, again, you can dance with, but if you've been diagnosed with diabetes and you've been prescribed that medication, check with your doctor before you make any decision. Again, depending on your situation. Now, let's say you're borderline diabetic, you haven't been diagnosed with diabetes yet, you haven't been prescribed metformin, but you're using it because that was the only way to, sustain your insulin. Now you want to get off of it. That is the best situation. If you're diabetic, it's a little bit more complex because you really have to have your diet with the program. You have to be on your diet and sticking to a diet that you are sustaining and maintaining properly. And then you can wean off of it. It's not impossible. You can do this. So now, going back to metformin and differences with myo-inositol situation. Myo-inositol is a natural occurring form, inositol. It is also, it's a supplement. It's an amino acid, very much enriched with vitamin B. So it's something that is a natural supplement. So keep that in mind. It takes some time as well. So these are the things to consider when you're thinking of metformin and inositol. And the only time I would recommend taking both is if you're weaning off of one, which is metformin. Otherwise, honestly, there's no need for you to waste money or no need for you to ingest two things that are serving the same function at the end. And the other thing about metformin I wanted to say was that again, pharmaceutical, medication does carry side effects. That being said, also it's stronger in terms of what it may offer you. So again, depends on it. At the end of the day, balancing it's about balancing your insulin levels. Whether you do it with metformin or whether you do it with inositol, that is really a choice at the end of the day. You can definitely do it with metformin. If it bothers your stomach, or if it's something that you don't want to do because you want to go natural, then inositol is there as an option. But if you feel that metformin is doing it for you, that you don't really, the only reason you're deciding that is because it's more of a battle of, preference, that's up to you again. If you prefer to go natural or not, that's entirely up to you. But if you're taking it and you're feeling guilty for taking metformin, there's no reason for that, because many people are on it and are doing quite well with it. So that too, it's a preference. So at the end of the day, they're both serving the same function. So I hope that message is clear. And to answer that question, the original question, can you take both? You can, but there's no point. Yet there's no need to take both unless you're weaning off of one. Okay, hopefully that answered the question. My apologies, I'm a little bit tired today, so I just thought to answer this because I've been getting a lot of those questions. So hopefully this made sense, and wishing you guys a great week. Take care.